G2 looks like they're going to be letting some of their players explore free agency, most notably Zven and Mithy, two of the stars, that big bot lane for G2. Now allowed to explore their options. There was this weird kind of video where G2 Ocelot was talking to his players over Skype. Mithy couldn't hear anything he was saying and basically asked for a TLDR after, in which he redid the entire speech to Mithy. But the basic point of the speech was that we're going to let you explore your options so that if you come back to G2, it's for the right reasons. And obviously G2's still trying to put together this amazing roster. But now, especially with NA franchising, this is an all-star bot lane, and I'm sure if you're out there, maybe you're the Warriors, maybe you're TSM. You're looking at these guys saying, wow, we add these two pieces, and all of a sudden our team goes from, okay to amazing.
Yeah, and I mean, Zven and Mithy are guys who want to win.
Yes.
And that is obviously going to be one of the main reasons in where they choose to go. So yeah, they're not going to go to NA and go play on Echo Fox. I don't think they're going to want to do that. So yeah, I mean, if they're coming to NA, which I assume they would do, they're not going to go a different EU team. If they're going to stay in EU, why would you not stay on G2? That's probably going to be the best team going forward. I don't know if they have any idea who's going to be on that roster. Perks is staying, I'm sure. It sounds like they're trying to build around him for sure, which makes sense. So it's the top and jungle that are a question mark for them. So maybe Ocelot already has an idea of who he's looking for. I'm not sure if he's mentioned that to them. Because, I mean, if they get two not so good top and junglers, maybe they don't want to come back to G2.
Yeah.
But if they're going to NA, I mean, you're basically looking at, you're either going to one of these new teams, either NBA teams or Optic, and who knows how good they're going to be. That's a huge question mark, bigger than who's going to be top in jungle for G2. Or you go to TSM. And TSM wins domestically. You might have a better chance internationally on G2. I'm just saying, TSM's proven international. They're not that hot. And if they're going in that jungle, then or the bot lane, then you're going to have a question mark. Who's TSM get in the jungle?
Yeah.
Do you want Mithy over Doublelift? He is better, I would say.
Zven, yeah.
Zven. And now Mithy's a better idea.
Yeah.
So, a lot going on there. Those are two of the most coveted free agents from EU, so.
Yeah, I mean, if they're going to stay in Europe, you got to imagine it's with G2 and no one else.
There's no reason.
There's no other option that makes more sense. You've been there for a while now. You have chemistry with Perks. I'm sure Ocelot's going to communicate with them pretty fully on who they're looking at going forward in terms of that top jungle position and be like, hey, we're acquiring this guy. You should definitely re-sign with us now.
And they'll go, ooh,
oh, wait,
no.
He's not good.
We got Lulex. You guys in?
Remember our sub that we played with in the week one?
Yeah, pretty good.
You guys won that game.
No.
Yeah. But, I mean, obviously that's an option, and I'm sure it's definitely going to be considered by these guys. But if you get an offer from TSM, and this whole TSM thing kind of started on a weird Reddit post where some guy, Tarzan, was like, yeah, I heard this might happen. It's like, why is someone telling you this?
You heard it in a local coffee shop down the street.
Yes.
So it's very legitimate sources. But yeah, I don't even call it a rumor. It's not even a rumor.
It's just speculation.
It's gobbledygook. The gobbledygook going around is Mike Young and then Zven and Mithy.
Right.
For TSM.
That's 3 people changing in TSM potentially.
That's a lot of changes, and I don't know if that's the solution for TSM.
I don't know.
I don't know. Mike Young, not really a shot caller, I don't think. And I mean, the new meme, one of the freshest memes for TSM is they break their junglers, right? They degrade them down slowly until they're just a ward. Happened with Santorin, amazing. And now Zven, aggressive guys become ward bots. And Mike Young was another pretty aggressive guy who's shown he can take over games. But when you come to TSM, hey, sit in that bush. Bjergsen's out of wards. Make sure he's not getting ganked. And if he's ganked, you're there. So I don't know if that's a solution to TSM. I know Mithy could come in and be a shot caller. I think the main thing for TSM is they got to get Bjergsen away from so much shot calling.
Yeah, and let him focus on going back to that, I'm going to crush mid lane, get these solo kills again, and take over. Because at Worlds, it's not what was going on. So maybe Zven and Mithy at TSM helps add a new shot caller in that bot lane. Because Mithy has been able to do that before. He's one of the better all-around supports that we've seen, at least in the West, in a long time. And then Zven is definitely not going to lose a step to Doublelift on the same scale, if not better. So it makes sense. And again, I just don't see those two guys going anywhere else in EU other than G2. So for me, it's G2 or TSM or one of these new rosters, depending on how it shapes up and what they can assure this old G2 bot lane going forward. So those are the options in my opinion. I don't really see much else.
Yeah, I mean, any of the other winning squads or upper echelon squads in NA, let's say C9 or CLG, they're not going to change those bot lanes. They're kind of staples of their organization, and guys like Sneaky and Afro. I'd like to imagine these teams aren't just going to drop those guys when, Zven and Mithy are available. See you guys. These guys are basically the faces of those teams, or some of the faces. So those guys aren't moving, and I mean, who else is top at NA? Who knows? You don't know what any of these rosters are.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of question marks for Zven and Mithy, but you got to think wherever the best chance to win is where they'll go. And I feel like that's G2.
Yeah, and we're both under the assumption that these two guys stay together. Of course. That could potentially change.
Maybe they're not.
But
a twin deal.
Yeah, maybe they go separate directions, but that would be
so
pretty sad. They played for so long together now. They jump from org to org with each other already. It would make sense to do it again, keep this top tier bot lane as a core unit.
I think if that's an option, a team wants that as well. So
I would assume you'd want it.
You instantly have that synergy. Of course.
Makes sense to me. So I don't know. G2, TSM, one of these new basketball teams. Optic. That's all
Liquid.
I got. Liquid.
Yeah, you're not going to win with Liquid.
No, that might be a long-term
sorry.
thing.
Sorry, Daphne.